What do you think of my number?
You're 300? Holy balls.
Yeah.
What'd you do to accomplish that?
I went through like a period where like I just kind of wanted to like have a roster of pretty boys, and then occasionally it was like girls. I just had a lot of fun in my 20s.
I love that.
So-
With men and women.
Yeah, I really like my boyfriend, so I kind of hope that like,
Oh, that he'll be forever?
yeah.
300 is
Yeah,
it.
we're done.
Plus one.
A woman should be seen as a complement to your life, rather than the sole focus. She shouldn't be the one controlling everything. Some women are only interested in being with winners and don't care about your problems. Unfortunately, most of the modern women belong to this category. As you have seen in the clip at the beginning of this video, they are interested in sleeping with as many people as possible. They are the actual definition of evil. We are at a point where modern women compete to sleep with as many people as possible, and unfortunately, as with all the other actions, there are consequences to that, as we discussed yesterday. Today we will explore why these women do not deserve anything in life, as they have reduced themselves to nothing. We all know that the value of a woman is tied to her sexuality, so when these women engage in promiscuous actions and later pretend like it doesn't matter, it is shocking to realize that some men still fall for their BS. If you're looking for a long-term partner or someone to raise children with, it's important to consider your financial future. She cares about your success as a parent and provider because she understands the importance of a positive male role model in the home. It is also within your rights to consider her past sexual behavior and its potential impact on their ability to form committed relationships. Research suggests that women who have had multiple intimate partners or lost their virginity at a young age face challenges in developing successful long-term relationships with one partner. So why the hell do some men still go ahead and treat these women as serious partner, knowing very well that the probability of her sticking around long-term is close to none? Don't accept to be her retirement plan. It's worth noting that men and women have significant hormonal differences, particularly in testosterone and estrogen levels, which can influence their attitudes towards sex and relationships. We understand that when a female gets intimate with a man, she produces hormones that with time influences her to the male she is engaged with. The problem is that if a woman has multiple lovers or partners, she can't stick or attach herself to one of them, as the hormones are scattered ALLOVR. Therefore, she will find it hard to stick to one partner long-term. Data suggests that women who have engaged in promiscuity in the past may encounter difficulties in establishing long-term monogamous relationships with men. Old habits die hard, and once a behavior is developed, there is no going back. If you're a woman looking to build a family, it's essential to resist the temptation of dating or sleeping casually every man who shows interest in you. Preserve your attractiveness for when the right person comes along. Accepting the reality of the situation without unnecessary conflict is important because things are as they are. You value his future and he values your past. If your past is clean and his future is bright, there are very high chances that your marriage or relationship is going to last beyond expectations. The reason virginity has been coveted for so long in history is because a woman was perceived to be pure if only she was a virgin. Virginity assured paternity, and a man could rely on that to ensure he brought up his own child. Today, that is gone. Women are as promiscuous as ever. Imagine being in a relationship with a woman who has a body count of over 100 men. This woman does not understand the meaning of faithfulness. She will most likely have other partners behind your back. That is why modern men find themselves in the situation they are in. There are endless cases of cuckolds, and they will continue to rise. Men are legally tricked and at times forced to bring up kids that are not theirs. On top of that, they get divorced and kicked out of their houses. I think we can all agree that these behaviors are encouraged and promoted by promiscuous women. Next, we have traumas that these women go through when they engage in these evil behaviors. Women are emotional creatures, and once they emotionally attach themselves to various men during their hoe phase, some of these men mistreat them, abuse, and really affect their emotional life. These emotional experiences are very difficult to erase as they are permanent scars. It gets worse if the woman holds beliefs about men that she acquired from a few men who just didn't care. This baggage will always haunt her in future, and her children too. It also is an additional responsibility for you as a man to repair her emotions and deal with that baggage whenever it pops up. As a man, it is better to stay off modern women and focus on yourself. The belief that you will find a good woman who will not be promiscuous is now a myth. Marrying a promiscuous woman is inherently negative or detrimental to a relationship. It is not a stereotype, and we have hard physical data as proof. Recognizing the complexity and individuality of each woman's past experiences and dealing with them is not recommended at all. Ultimately, the effects of marrying a promiscuous woman will always show up in unique dynamics, values, and her morals. As a man, if you overlook or disregard these factors, challenges may arise that could potentially complicate the relationship, your family, and your life. Change or perish.